Dr. Mahima Bakshi, a mother and child wellness consultant, woman activist, author of 2 books, author of Birthing Naturally and author Empowering You Beyond Birthing. These are my 2 books. First book is to create awareness on natural childbirth in India and pregnancy wellness, and my second book is to create awareness on postpartum well-being and equal parenting. Now, since my subject is equal parenting, and I believe that fathers play an equally important role in raising kids along with the mothers. So that's why I've chosen the topic to talk about raising kids for working moms. My first and most important thing is that when we say that a mother has to go on a maternity leave, a pregnant mom, so the first thing that comes to her mind is what is going to happen to my career, what's going to happen to my future, my job, how will I manage all that? And in today's time, every woman believes to be an aspiring woman with a lot of ambition in her mind. So it leads to a lot of anxiety as well, because she feels that her place might be taken by somebody else in office, or she does come across a change in the attitude of her boss towards her, which leads to a lot of anxiety also. So first of all, I think for working moms, the change should happen right from the pregnancy phase. So companies should be friendly towards the fact that women are going to take maternity leaves, and hence that doesn't mean that their work environment should change towards them, or should not be friendly towards the fathers as well. Even if the father requires a leave to take care of the pregnant mom or to take her to the doctor, the environment in office should be friendly enough to provide gender equality over there. Second is the maternity leave and paternity leave. So a lot of companies unfortunately still don't offer paternity leaves, and even in the private sector, the maternity leave period is not even 6 months. So that change is something that corporates and companies and private sector needs to do, to ensure that they give 6 months of paid maternity leave to mothers, so that she can spend those 6 months easily and happily with the baby at home. And like WHO says, that 6 months of exclusive breastfeeding, that is more possible if the working mom gets 6 months of paid maternity leave to be at home to take care of the baby and to feed the baby. When she has to get back to office, unfortunately, today's time, lots of people are staying in nuclear families, so they don't have grandparents to take care of the child when the mother has to get back to office, and that becomes the biggest challenge for working moms. So I feel that instead of her looking around for a maid, getting anxious, is the maid going to take care of the baby or not, putting CCTV camera at home, constantly checking on the CCTV footage whether the baby is safe, is the maid taking care of the baby. I feel if companies can provide a safe daycare facility, a crèche facility in office, then mothers don't have to worry about that. They can just bring the baby along to the office, ensure that the baby is safe and happy in the daycare and the crèche facility, and she is also mentally happy and can focus well at her work while getting back to work from maternity leave. So that is 100% where we feel that companies need to bring this change and ensure that support system in the private sector as well. And when the working mom establishes that comfort of coming back to office, how does she continue to raise kids in terms of ensuring that she's doing justice to her motherhood and doesn't feel guilty over the fact that maybe she's giving priority to her work by coming back to office and not raising her baby in a proper way? So that's where I'm just going to share some quick tips for working moms. First is important that they should ensure morning routines for their kids. So it doesn't matter whether the child is not going to school. If the child is under the age of 3 years and the mother has to get back to office, doesn't mean that the child should continue sleeping till 10, 11 in the home, and having the maid or the grandparent wake up the child whenever the child is ready, because a lot of times people feel बच्चा उठेगा तो रोएगा, इससे अच्छा है वो सोता ही रहे. So that should not happen. So if mothers can ensure that there's a morning discipline ritual being followed by the baby, she can ensure to train the child with discipline right from the beginning, which will help her for later on also when the child has to go to school. Arrange play dates for the baby. So a lot of times, when the kids are at home, parents are at work, kids sometimes they start feeling very aloof, or they start feeling very lonely. So arranging play dates for kids is a way for parents to ensure that they are being there for the child, and they are taking care of the child's social life as well, the social well-being as well. So parents, working parents, can ensure that on a Sunday they can probably arrange a play date for the child of a similar age group. Will help the child also to feel that, okay, Monday to Friday my parents are at work, but then at weekends they are doing something to take care of me in terms of my overall development. To do role play in the house. So if parents can do some sort of role play activities at home to engage their child in a manner where the child is also getting to learn from the parents, because it's not only going to the school. Learning begins at home, and parents have to ensure that before the child goes to school, parents are putting that extra effort to ensure that they are preparing the child for school in terms of stimulating the learning process for the child. Ensuring that they have meals together. So when they're coming back from office, whatever one meal the family can have together, they should have it together. So whether it's dinner or on a Sunday, of course it's breakfast, lunch and dinner. Whatever meals can be done together, the mother, the father, they should ensure they're making the child sit with them. And all the meals should be taken together rather than separately feeding the child or asking the maid to feed the child. Communication. Lots of times parents feel that the child is small, तो उससे क्या बात करना, उसको क्या समझ आएगा. But if parents can come back from office and start with the communication that mama's day at work was like this or papa's day at work was like this, you tell us how was your day. So चाहे बच्चा घर पर है पूरा दिन, but the child will have a lot of stories to tell to their parents when the parents are coming back from office. So I think that communication from working parents to the child, no matter what age group it is, makes a huge difference in ensuring that the child doesn't feel that my parents are not taking care of me. Going out for grocery shopping. So even on weekends when parents have to go out to buy a grocery for the home, taking the child along will help them to teach nutrition to the child. So it's not just when the child grows above 5 years of age and we start saying, "Aapko ye khana, ye healthy hai, ye nahi khana, ye junk hai." We have to do that right from the beginning, and that's how working parents can ensure that on weekends when they go for grocery shopping, they go together, they take the child along, and that's where they help in teaching the right nutrition to the child by picking and choosing what is healthy from the grocery store and not picking and choosing what's not healthy. Screen hour, most important in today's time, is restricting the screen limit of the children. So if working parents are not at home and they leave a tab or they leave the exposure to the gadgets at home thinking, okay, बच्चा busy रहेगा, ये कार्टून देख लेगा, ये टीवी देख लेगा, is not the right parenting method. The screen hour has to be limited. तो ये तो 100% नहीं करना है. It is recommended that minimum 5 years of age, you have to wait till the child at least turns 5 before exposing the child to any sort of gadget, even be it a mobile phone. So a lot of times parents they think बच्चा रो रहा है, खाना नहीं खा रहा है, इसको मोबाइल दो हाथ में, मोबाइल पे वीडियो देखेगा और साथ साथ में खाना खा लेगा. That's the worst thing parents can do to the child. तो वो तो बिल्कुल ही नहीं करना है. And a lot of times working parents, because they don't have time and they have to quickly go to office also in the morning, or then at evening also when they come back they have multiple other things to do at home, they look for easy access, and unfortunately ये easier है but बच्चे के लिए उतना ही damaging है. Listening activities, listening to ensure that they're preparing the child for school. So the child's preparation also for school is something that parents need to make sure that they are doing. So a lot of times parents feel जब बच्चा 2.5 से 3 साल का हो जाता है तो जो आसपास में बेस्ट स्कूल है हम वहाँ बच्चे को डालते हैं. वो घर से कितना दूर है, पास है, बच्चे की ग्रोथ एंड डेवलपमेंट के लिए वहाँ पे को करिकुलर एक्टिविटीज कैसी है. अनफॉर्चुनेटली समटाइम्स पेरेंट्स डोंट लुक एट दैट. एक कंपटीशन रहता है कि उसका बच्चा स्कूल में जा रहा है तो मैं भी अपने बच्चे को उसी स्कूल में डालूंगा. So that is 100% something that should not be done. Parents need to look and choose their schools also. I feel according to the office distance as well. Be it any sort of emergency where the parents have to rush to the school to get the child, और अगर वो ऑफिस से ही 2 घंटे दूर है तो पेरेंट्स इमरजेंसी में स्कूल कैसे पहुंचेंगे. It should be somewhere between the house and the office. Giving that equal space to the baby and getting the balance of the me time also. Of course, working moms, कभी ऑफिस का स्ट्रेस, कभी घर का स्ट्रेस, कभी बच्चे का स्ट्रेस, it becomes too much for the mother also. So the mother can take out some me time in between all this multiple things to do, and for that we need that support from the husband, the father. So if the father can take care of the child, maybe on a weekend, a Sunday for a couple of hours, and can tell the wife that okay, you go out, enjoy, meet your friends, go to the mall, and I will take care of the baby. So that can make a huge difference for a working mom to know, okay, even if I have to take care of the baby, I'm getting some me time for myself, which cannot happen without partner support. But coming to the point wherein nowadays I have seen an increase in the number of single parents, that becomes even more challenging emotionally, mentally, physically for how a single parent will manage their office, work, home and baby. That is something where I don't know where are we heading towards in the next 10 years, because it's going to become very difficult for the kids to get what they need from the parents for their emotional development, physical, mental development, because over the years I feel that it's going to do a lot of damage to the kids emotionally. But if in case we can just try to ensure that we are giving some sort of love, attention, affection to the kid when the parents come back from office. So even if it be a single parent, when they come back from office, their 100% time and dedication, love, affection should go to the child. Where the child should not feel that even after coming back from office, mama and papa are not giving me time. So I think these things for working parents can make a huge difference for the child's development, because what you do to your child in the first 5 years is going to be with the child for the rest of the life. And the first 5 years are very important for the mental health of the child, and hence parents' involvement, be it non-working, be it working, makes a huge difference to ensure that they give in their 100% for the child's development. It's not the school's responsibility. The first responsibility is the parents' responsibility.